Hello and welcome back to another Star Citizen video. Today we're going to take a look at the biggest event in Star Citizen. It is the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo 2954, also known as the anniversary sale for veteran players. And today we have an interesting ship. The question is it good enough? Well, I have some stats already, and I can guarantee it's not. Sadly, right? Sadly, it's not. So before I begin, like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and help this channel grow. And I'll start off with PSA number one. The only PSA you need to know is you do not need to buy any of this ship with real money. All you need is a starter pack. And we're going to take a look at the starter pack as well because it is interesting. And the previous recommended starter pack wholeheartedly, okay, you know what, is the CitizenCon 2954. We have a very good starter pack over there. So will this starter pack for IAE 2954 good enough? But first, let's take a look at Tumbrel Land system first. Okay, we're going to take a look at some ground vehicles. Most ground vehicles are just meh in general. So in this case, Tumbrel has the Cyclone variant. I'm not going to go through some of the price over here because they are vehicles, and vehicles, I will say skip. Easiest, right? Easiest recommendation is skip. So we have the Cyclone, we have a few variants, and as you can see, the price tag is a little too much. little bit too much. Okay, next up we have the Nova. Okay, so this is a tank at $120. Nope. Straight up nope. Okay, nope. Next up, we have the Ranger CV, $35. Now, this a bike. No, this a bike. Sadly, it's not in the game at the moment, so it's a bit painful. I do like the bike, and yeah, it's one of those vehicles. I think this is just, you buy it for fun in game. That's for sure. And if I were to choose a vehicle in the Tumbrel lineup, truth to be told, it's the Storm. But at $90, easy skip as well. Okay. AA, nah, that's a no-go. Cyclone is, you know what? Well, the reason why I say don't buy vehicles in Star Citizen, not Star Citizen, with real money, okay? This is the main thing. Because in-game is much cheaper. And if you're gonna play a space game, you want to buy spaceship, not vehicles. If the spaceship comes with a vehicle, fantastic. So that's that for the Tumbrel Land system. For in-game, all right, for in-game, the only thing that I can recommend right now that is usable in a way, base Cyclone, Cyclone MT, Cyclone RC, RN right now. RN and RC makes not much of a difference at the moment. Obviously, RC is racing, RN is recon, and that's that. TR already got out. How you call this? Already got power creep. I'm gonna use the word power creep or power crap by MT. The Nova tank is the only tank right now in the game, so nothing can say about this. Still in development. Yep, in concept. Storm is actually a nice vehicle to pilot. AA, so far most of the anti-air stuff is a little bit useless in my opinion. A little bit. Until we get a no-fly zone, then maybe the AA is worth going for. But right now that there is like zero, no, okay, and not saying no-fly zone. Until we get a mission that you have to be grounded and you have to defend from air attack, then sure, yes, the anti-air is probably okay-ish. But in general, like right now, no. I would say you would rather want to do air-to-air combat. That's it. The only thing is, unless, okay, this is one small little thing that if CIG were to do it, if the anti-air range of detection is larger than ship, then probably it's worth. Because probably you want to get vehicles to shut down bombers. And in this case, you need quite a huge range. The only way I can think of is either you boost up the range or you combine the AA, which means one person use this tank, and then another one, let's say we're gonna use recon. So the recon will relay all the targets to the Storm A or any anti-air platform, and then they can shoot. Then that will be probably that's the best. But for now, yeah, vehicles are just skipperino if you want to spend money. Now we're gonna look at the new kid on the block under the Crusader Industries, and it's gonna be fun. Okay, let's see. Of course, we have the Crusader Intrepid. Now, the Intrepid, sadly, all right, bad news, all right, bad news. Not say bad news, but kind of expected. It's a niche ship. How niche? Yeah, that's the part where we're gonna take a look at. And of course, we have our Warbond Daily New, the M2 Hercules with 10-year insurance. Now, this is an interesting ship. Obviously, I would say don't bother with the M2 Hercules. I would say go for the C2 instead. Oh, why did it bring me to another location? No, I thought you're gonna pop up a window for me to go. The M2 is basically just a little bit more gunned. Yeah, basically it's a little bit more armed versus the C2 Hercules. But the price tag is crazy. Yeah, price tag is crazy. All right, let's take a look at the ship that we have right now. We have the A1 Spirit. This is a versatile light bomber, $200. Nope, nope. A2 Hercules, $750. This is the biggest bomber to date, right? Or rather, the biggest ground bomber. Yeah, 975. No. The Ares Inferno 250 and the Ares Ion 250. So basically, this is a size 7. Yeah, size 7 capital ship killer. We have the ballistic version, which is the Inferno, and the Ion, which is the laser or energy variant. Both ship is fun to play with, but at 250, yeah, nope. No. Fun to fly around, alright, that's for sure. Next up, we have one of the best daily driver to date. It is the C1 Spirit at $125. Now, the reason why I say this is a very, very good daily driver, number one, price tag. Price tag is important because if you want to have a nice daily driver, you don't want it to be too expensive, but you don't want it to be too cheap as well. And the reason is, it's somewhere in the middle. After a starter ship, that's where you get a little bit of utility. And the main reason why the C1 Spirit is a good, I would say one of the best, okay? Because it has a tractor beam and it has enough pew pew to do your daily needs. And it's cheap. Well, not say cheap, $125 it's a lot of money. But it's cheap compared to the rest of the fleet, not the cheapest, right? It's cheap, but not the cheapest, okay? And of course, it's a cargo hauler, so lots of people like to do cargo hauling. That's the thing. And in terms of shape and whatnot, it is kind of fun to fly. Yeah, a lot of empty spaces, a lot of wasted spaces. That's for sure. But that's the Crusader. I think right now is the Crusader's tagline. Okay, cool style over substance. Right, cool factor. Okay, C2 Hercules is a great transport ship slash cargo ship if you want to run. It's versatile enough that I can say, okay, you know what, if you want something a little bit more beefy, something that you want to carry a little bit more stuff, something that you want to use as a mobile base, air quote, is not a true mobile base because there are some facilities are not available on the C2 Hercules, but it is, I would say, good enough to retrofit. And I'm gonna tell you why, because it can fit 2 Nova tank, which means this is the only ship in the game at the moment that can fit all vehicles. Not all of them. No, you cannot cram all of them inside, okay, but you can carry the largest vehicle to date. So that's good thing, right? And one of the biggest reason you can carry a Ursa Medivac, and of course you can fit a few toys inside the Hercules, and immediately it becomes a mobile base. All right, you can respawn on the Ursa or the Nursa, depending how you want to call it. I'm gonna call it the Nursa because it rhymes and it rolls off the tongue. And the Hercules can carry almost every single thing. Not say every single thing, but almost the things that you need in general. It can carry a small ship, it can carry a tank, it can carry a Nursa, so you can do a few things, and it can do cargo transportation. So it's good enough. It's good enough when you can retrofit and you can squeeze it. At $400, yeah, that's the second thing that probably is a little turn off, right? $400, a bit hard to recommend, a little hard. I would say put it on, if you want something large, right? Put it on a pin, because we will revisit some of the large ship at the end of IAE 2954, or towards the end of the event, because that's where you can do a little bit of ship upgrade, and you could get the C2 Hercules cheaper than $400, and possible, no, actually it's not possible, it is literally guaranteed you can get the C2 Hercules cheaper with LTI. That's for sure. Next up, we have the E1 Spirit. Now, E1 Spirit is in concept. It's a luxury version of the Spirit chassis or the Spirit Hull. Now, this is a ship that I am curious because of the luxury tag. Because we don't have a luxury gameplay loop per se. And this is the cheapest version of a luxury transport, right? Executive, okay, not even luxury, executive. So in this case, the E1 Spirit is a little bit on the side, I would say. Yeah, I can't really judge this ship yet. At $150, like I said, it's the cheapest luxury ship that you can grab right now. And I do have one upgrade, right? In my not even my buyback, currently in my hangar. I have this ship in my buyback, so if I want to buy back, I could, and normally I won't, because I want to get it with LTI, which I'll explain a little bit later. Next up, we have the Genesis. All right, technically this is supposed to be the, is it Starliner? Okay, it's just called Genesis right now. At $400, this is a transport ship. In my opinion, I think you should skip this for now. Okay, there's not much details for it, and I don't think you can get it with LTI. So just get a ship upgrade to it. The consensus right now, or not the consensus, the rumor, speculation that lots of people want is you can refit this guy into a cargo transport ship. And at $400, if this is a cargo transport ship, it should be, and it must be, better than the Hercules series. It looks big, it looks beefy, it looks like a huge cargo transport ship, in my opinion. So $400 might, again, all this ship with big price tag, $400, you can get it cheap with ship upgrade, and yeah, which I'm going to show it to you later. Okay, so we're not going to talk too much about the price for a large ship. Next up, we have the starter ship, the highlight ship for IAE 2954, or one of the highlight ship. It is the Crusader Industry Intrepid at $65. Ugh. The problem is the price tag at $65. Oh no. Yeah, the closest competitor to the Intrepid is the Origin, because there's one ship literally just beat this ship outright, okay, straight up, unfortunately. And in my opinion, the Intrepid, who is it built for? Okay, so these are, anything less than $100 is usually the go-to ship for people who wants to start up in Star Citizen, and I think it's great as well. Is what type of ship? Right now we have a lot of variety, which is great. The problem is the price tag. Not all ships are valued equally, and the Intrepid is a little bit hard to recommend at $65. A little bit. Oh, yes. Yeah, no, it's a little bit harder. It's just a little bit harder. Okay, but we'll talk about this ship later. Once we go through the list. Next up, we have the M2 Hercules. Yes, look at the price at $520, but because there's a special upgrade offer, if you want to upgrade to the star of the IAE 2954, which is the RSI Polaris, this is one of the ship upgrade that you want to get in order to lower down the cost for the Polaris. The question is, how much would the Polaris cost? I am actually excited to look at the numbers because it's gonna be crazy. All right, I'm gonna call out first, and probably $900. I don't think it's gonna break the $1,000 ceiling just yet. Not this year. It might. Yeah, it might, but I'm gonna say 900 first. But 900 is cheaper than the 890 jump. Oh, the 890 jump. No, eight. Okay, you know what? 900 and 950. Maybe because this is the first time it did increase in price, right? So, okay, I'm gonna stick to my gut. Say 9 to 950. That's a huge jump, okay, from $750. But anyway, we are derailing. The Polaris will have its own video. So the M2 Hercules, $520. You want to pick it up if you want to upgrade to a more expensive ship, and you don't want to pick up the ship. You want to pick up the special upgrade offer, which I'm going to show it to you. So stick around and I will show it towards the end. Next up, we have the Mercury Star Runner, $260. This is a transport, medium cargo, medium data ship. Sadly, we don't have the data transportation gameplay loop in the game. So the Mercury it's on a very sad place right now. It is a nice ship, but it's in a sad place because there's no purpose. It's too huge. It lacks of DPS, and that's it. That's the biggest problem. All right, and that's it. And that's it, right? Next up, we have the A1 Spirit, or rather, we went back all around, full circle. So in this case, out of all the Crusader ships, C2 Hercules, don't get the ship outright, upgrade to, always upgrade to instead. All right, this is the number 2 PSA for you guys. All right, if you have stick towards the end here right now. But before we go to that, we want to look at the discounted starter pack, and we're gonna take a look at the first one. No, wrong one. The cheapest one, which is the Mustang Alpha IAE starter pack. And I love to fly the Mustang Alpha. It's one of my favorite ship, small ship, starter ship. It's one of the best starter ship, in my opinion. Not the best, not number one, but it is the best cheap starter ship. Okay, I'll put it this way. Not the best, almost the best. Right, it has great visibility and whatnot, and you get a paint, you get Star Citizen digital download, 20,000 UEC, 120-month insurance, and a self-led hanger. Okay, so basic at $40.50. If you are on the fence, this is the best package to go to because this is the cheapest package to go to. And that's the reason why I say this is the best starter pack in general. Yeah. Okay, next up we have the IAE Cutter. And this is a little bit more nicer ship. Sure, it is still under the starter ship category. You get a windshield pane, same thing as well, 120-month insurance, but the price tag is at $51 extra, $10.50. The Cutter is a very hard recommend. It's not a hard recommend. It's a very hard ship to recommend because of the price tag. If this is at 45, then great. This ship is great. But at $51, yeah, no, easy skip. All right, pick up the Mustang instead. Now, next, we're going to look at the Intrepid. We're going to take a quick look. I'm not going to go through too much of all this stuff because what we want to do is we want to scroll all the way down to this little thing. Height 6.2 meters, 20.3 meters, 20.3, 23.2, crew 1, 8 cargo, gun 1, size 4. So officially, we only have one gun, and that would be a big problem if we want to compare to other ships. Yeah, because of the price tag. Ooh, this is actually a nice fusion. Cool skin, but nah. $60 if you want to buy right now. Oh, James. All right, 60. If you see this little logo over here, it's for people who spend way too much money on internet spaceship. So Intrepid Warborn at $60. Okay, now I would not recommend to pick this up, nor the Intrepid 10-year version, because we want to go and pick up the Intrepid starter pack. Now this is the only time for this ship that I can say, okay, you know what, it's kind of worth picking up because it offers, okay, you have a paint, download, 20,000 UEC, self-land hanger, but this is the one, right? Lifetime insurance. If you just only want a starter pack and says, hey, you know what, I'm not going to spend anything else in Star Citizen, but I want to have the best possible, I won't say package, but the best possible perk, then Intrepid starter pack is the pack to pick. Now do note, we might able to get cheaper starter ship in the next year IAE. That's the reason why this is not really a go-to recommendation, but just like, okay, maybe. Unfortunately, not the best starter pack because like for the Citizen Con that was available, that one is too good, right? Titan, Avenger Titan, you get some suits, and then you get weapon, you get armor. Yeah, that's great. The only downside is that does not come with lifetime insurance. That's it. So the starter pack for Intrepid, yeah, only because of the lifetime insurance. And the difference between why you should pick up the starter pack versus the Intrepid Warborn version, because Warborn version does not come with it. So for veteran players, and this comes with an Altair paint, Altair, that's how it's pronounced. Okay, I know it's wrong, maybe. This is for only for veteran players, but veteran players, you don't want to pick up the Intrepid for sure. Okay, it's a horrible ship for $60. The reason is most veterans will pick up for lifetime insurance, not for the ship. It's for this perk over here. And with that, I'm going to go to the next part. All right, so you have reached to the last part of the video, and we're going to take a look at why the Intrepid is not a great ship, because the Avenger Titan exists. And the Avenger Titan has one size 4 and two size 3. On top of that, it has missiles. So it has more pew pew, it can carry the same amount of cargo, which is 8 SCU. It has everything the Intrepid has except an extravagant interior. The Intrepid is ship, but the Avenger Titan is the best. It's my go-to spaceship, in fact. Yeah, because if you want the best starter ship out there, the Avenger Titan, hands down. Hands down. Yeah, a bit sad, right, for Intrepid to appear. So if the Intrepid is cheaper, like $55 or $50, in fact, I would say the Intrepid should be at $50 or 55 because the Avenger Titan is $60, right? $5 cheaper, and there you go. I think it's great. But of course, if it's $10 cheaper, then it's a good deal. Yeah, for $10 difference, yeah, no. I would say probably the armaments is worth $5 difference, personally. All right, so 55. Let's put it this way, 55. 60 for 55 for Warborn, 60 for store credit. No, it should be cheaper a little bit. Should be cheaper. However, the best competitor right now out there that is closest to the Intrepid is the Origin. And we're going to go for Origin 300. Right, so we're going to take a look at first 100 because 100 is cheap enough. 100 has two size 3. And then we're going to go for Origin 300i. 300i has 3 size 3. So yeah, it's interesting. The only cargo 8 SCU. So the competitor is the 300i, but then again, it's a price tag. It's a price tag. It should be cheaper. All right, the Intrepid should be cheaper to justify the ship, in my opinion. So that's that. But before you go, now let me show you the end. Why I would say it is much better to chain up to more expensive ship. If you see ship that is expensive, just do a ship upgrade feature, and I'm gonna show it to you by doing where are you? Upgrade now. So you're going to choose upgrade now. I'm gonna go all ships. So currently the ship that has LTI, it is the Intrepid. Ooh, Ironclad is here. Can see some of the ships. So let's see, Alpha, Mustang Pulse, Archimedes Ranger, Mustang Beta. because I'm going through some of the shit and see if they have it. MPU retractor, because Nox. Oh no, it got cool. Okay, the previous one that has LTI that is cheap to pick up was the CSV SM at $45. Now that's worth picking up. Okay, so before you do anything, you want to check out how much discount you have, air quote. So in this case, $520 value, you can get it as low as $485. So obviously I'm going to pick this. And then I'm going to pick the next lowest, the closest cost, not the lowest, but the closest. So I know the 600i Explorer, it won't go up in price for this year, I think. Ironclad might, Prowler, don't think so. Yeah, no. So I'm going to pick the 600 Explorer. I only pay $10 difference. Now what you want to do is you want to pick the next ship to upgrade to the 600i Explorer. And that's it. And of course, I will show you towards the end. At the end of IAE2954, I will do the annual tradition, which is upgrade to the Carrack. How much would I need to pay for the Carrack for IAE2954? And as a bonus, because I like the Polaris, I'm going to build the Polaris as well. And with that, that's all I have for day one. It is a little bit longer because there are a few things I want to explain. And of course, we have the new kit on the block. That's it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button and help this channel grow. But more importantly, it is a free fly event for Star Citizen. So before you spend any real money, go ahead, enjoy the game, have fun. And then I will see you in the next day for IAE 2954. Until then, I will see you in the bus and fly safe. Yep. Yeah, I'm not going through this. This is just no, big no. Big no.